Hello, my dear students. Very good morning to all of you. In the yesterday's lecture, we studied about rate law and rate equation. Today, we are going to discuss order of a reaction. In the yesterday's lecture, we seen that there was a rate law. Rate law states that how to write the rate of equation. The rate of equation at any time we can write it depends on the concentration of the reacting substance which is in a chemical reaction. So with that, here the order of a reaction, order of any chemical reaction can be determined with the help of rate equation. Now we know how to write the rate equation. For example, here consider a simple reaction. A plus B is converted into the products. Here we can write the rate according to the rate law. So can I write as directly rate equal to K by the rate law statements? What is state that rate of any chemical reaction which is dependent on the molar concentration of the reacting substance at that time, at that instant, at what you like to find the rate of a chemical reaction. Here molar concentration of A and molar concentration of B is there. Now stoichiometric amount is 1, therefore we simply write as the 1. If let us consider one more example, A plus 2B, it gives the products. Here rate can be written according to the rate law equation, or we can say rate directly proportional to the concentration of A, concentration of B. So can I directly, by removing the proportionality constant, or we can say directly proportional symbol, so can I write as it is K, put a symbol of K which is known as the proportionality constant or rate constant. Here rate of this A plus 2A, it gives the products, it can be write as molar concentration of A, here molar concentration of B. Here B is also the reactant molecules. Now come to the what is the stoichiometric amount? It will be the 2. So now what is the K? K is nothing but the proportionality constant. Here we studied in the yesterday's lecture proportionality constant or rate constant, which is called as the rate constant of that chemical reaction. This is the rate constants, that is K. Now here the rate equation, it is very helpful in finding the order of a reaction. Order of a reaction. Now what is the order of a reaction? Order is an experimental quantity. Order is an experimental quantity. Means what? Whenever you want to find the order of a chemical reaction, that is an experimental quantity. For example, let consider, I will write here a general example. Let consider N1A, N2B plus N3C, it gives the products. It gives the products. Now we can write here the rate. What is the N1, N2 and N3? These are the nothing but the stoichiometric amounts of the reacting substance. So here rate can be written. Now we are familiar about how to write the rate. What is the rate? Rate is equal to, now put the K, this is nothing but the proportionality constant or rate constant. Now how we can write? Rate is equal to, according to the rate law equation or rate law statements, very simple, what the statement state that rate of a chemical reaction at any instant is directly proportional to the molar concentration of reacting substance at that instant. So that is nothing but we are writing here rate equal to K into concentration of A, molar concentration of A. Here 3 reactive molecules are there, which nothing but they are by the multiplication concentration of B and concentration of C. Now what we have to write the remaining is their stoichiometric amount. Here it will be the N1, here it will be the N2, here it will be the N3. Now what is the order? Order of a particular reaction with respect to the a particular reactant molecule is nothing but the power of that concentration. Suppose I want to determine for this reaction, now tell me the order of reaction with respect to the A. What will be the order? It is nothing but the N1. What is the N1? N1 is nothing but the stoichiometric amount of that concentration. If I would like to find the rate of the reaction, order of a reaction of this reaction with respect to the concentration B, with respect to the concentration, with respect to the reactant molecule B is nothing but the N2. Now, what will be the order of reaction of this reaction with respect to the C of reactive molecules is nothing but the N3. Means what? Here, order of a reaction is nothing but the concentrations involved in the rate equation. Here, we can write order of a reaction of this reaction with respect to the single reactants as well as with respect to the overall order of the reaction. Now, if I would like to find order of reaction with respect to A, that will be the N1. If I would like to find order of a reaction with respect to the B, that will be the N2, because stoichiometric amount here power will be the N2. If I would like to find the order of reaction with respect to C, one order will be the N3. But overall order, if I want to find overall order, what will happen? Overall order is nothing but the N. N is what? N1 plus N2 plus N3. This is called as the overall order. How we are finding the overall order? Overall order of a reaction can be found, or it is defined as, order of reaction is defined as sum of the powers of the molar concentrations of reacting molecules involved in the rate equation. This is very important, where we have to take the powers of the concentration of the reactive molecules. Those reactive molecules must be involved in the rate equation. You are getting my point? So, now which concentrations are involved in the rate equations? In the rate equation, those concentrations of the reactive molecules are involved only. There must be measurable change will happens. It means what? Their concentration must be measurable change. So here, order of a reaction here I write the statement, order of a reaction is the sum of sum of the powers of molar concentration, sum of the powers of molar concentration of reacting substance involved in the rate equation. This is very important, involved in the rate equation. Those reactant concentrations are involved only in the rate equation. Those reactant concentrations are involved in the writing the rate equation. Those powers addition can be added, as we seen just now. For example, I will take one more example. A plus B plus C, or we can say 2C, it gives the products. Means what? Here it will be the rate equal to K into concentration of A, for example, concentration of B, concentration of 2C. So can we write order of this reaction? Order equal to, what we have to do it? Just we have to add the powers of the molar concentrations of these reacting molecules involved in the rate equation. We write the rate equation. Here it will be the 4, because C having the stoichiometric amount 2, it will be the 2, and this will be the 1, 1, 1, 2, it gives the 4. But we have to keep it to be remember one thing, that what is one thing? Whenever we are writing the rate equation, which molecules of reacting substance are involved in the rate equation? Those reacting or those concentration of the reacting molecules must be in the measurable change. It must be change. First thing, if excess of concentration is there, for example, if excess of concentration is there, some reactions are there by, for example, simply hydrolysis reaction, some, or we can say hydrolysis of methyl acetate. Means what? Methyl acetate is the reactive molecules, water is added in presence of H plus. Here water we can add immeasurable, we can add small amount, large amount. If you add the excess amount, that will be the not change in the concentration. Here therefore, here we write in the water concentration is not immeasurable. Means what? Those concentrations are only measurable change that can be involved in the rate equation. That is fun. And second, suppose some reactions are carried out in presence of the catalyst. Catalyst concentration is not X, because that is, it just activate the molecules. It never involves in a chemical reaction. Means concentration of the catalyst cannot be taken. It means that only those concentrations of the reactive molecules are taken in a rate equation. Their concentration must be some measurable change will happens. Those concentration must be changes. Such reactive molecules are taken in the rate equation. So therefore, order of reaction is defined as the sum of the powers of the molar concentration of the reacting substance involved in the rate equation. Keep it to remember where we have to do it, involved in the rate equations only. So how we can write the rate equations? Rate equations can be write only of those concentrations of the reactive molecules, their measurable change will happens. You are getting my point? Here those measurable change will happens. So that order, the overall order of a reaction is sum of the powers of the molar concentration of the reacting substance involved in the rate equation. How we can write the rate equation? In rate equation, those concentrations of the reactive molecules are involved, of those measurable change can be happens in that chemical reaction. In that particular chemical reaction, their concentration must be the measurable change can happens. So those reactions can be here taken in the rate equation. Once you write the rate equation, we can find the order of the reaction. Now, so keep it to remember that order of a reaction is an experimental quantity. It's not a theoretical quantity. It's not a theoretical quantity. We can compare here. Simply we can write the stoichiometric amounts 1, 1, 2. It will become the 4. Here it means that all the reactants having the measurable change in the concentration of this for this reaction. For example, if I take some another examples, from that we can find how the order can be changes. For example, if write 2 molecules of NO plus O2, it gives the product of 2NO2. 2NO2. Now see, what is expected now? Simply we can write the rate equal to concentration of NO. Stoichiometric amount is 2. Here stoichiometric amount is 3. Now what will be the order here now? Actually we are not calculating the just only by the stoichiometric amounts. Here experimentally these 2 concentrations are involved. These 2 concentrations of NO and O2 are measurable change. Therefore they are involved in the rate equation. So with this order can be calculated by adding the powers of these 2 concentrations. You will get the 3. You are getting my point? Yet theoretically stoichiometric amount is the 3, but order is also 3. Why I am writing the order is the 3? Because in the rate equation these both concentrations are involved. Both concentrations are involved for change. Concentration of NO is changes, concentration of O2 is also changes. Therefore these 2 concentrations of reactive molecules involved in this rate equation. Therefore once you write the rate equation, you will get the order of this reaction, you will get the 3. For example, if I write one more example, now you will get the idea about, for example, 3 molecules of KCl, 3 molecules of KClO, that is potassium hypochlorite, it forms 1 molecule of KClO3, that is potassium chlorate, plus 2 molecules of KCl. Now we can expect. What is the order of this reaction? Just tell me what is the order it will comes. The order, if you theoretically expect, or if we expect theoretically with respect to the stoichiometric amount, order should be 3. You're getting my point? If you just only write the stoichiometric amount of these reactive molecules, order should be the 3. But actually what happens? Order of this reaction is not 3. Order of this reaction is 2. Order of this reaction is the 2 only. How this 2 is obtained? Now you are getting my point. How this 2 is obtained? This 2 is obtained from the experimental quantity. This 2 is obtained from the experimental quantity. Now we can expect from this, theoretically 3 KClO, it gives the product of KClO3 plus 2 KCl. We can expect by stoichiometric amount what will be the order should be? Order should be 3. But actually what is the order? Order of this reaction is the 2 only. Now how this 2 is there? Now see. This overall reaction, the conversion of 3 KClO, that is potassium hypochlorite into the potassium chlorate plus potassium chloride, it is formed in 2 ways by 2 steps. So can we write as, now see, order of this reaction, order of this reaction is 2. How? Initially 2 molecules of KClO it gives, that is potassium hypochlorite into 1 molecule of KCl plus 1 molecule of KClO2, that is potassium chlorite. Now this is called as step 1. This is of step 1. The overall reaction which is followed in a 2 step. Now second, KClO2 plus 1 more molecule of KClO, it forms KCl plus KClO3. This is the second step. Overall, if you find the overall order, now see, KClO2, KClO2, we can cut it here. KClO plus 2 KClO plus 3 KClO, you will get the 3 KClO. It gives KCl, you will get the 2 KCl plus KClO3. Means overall reaction will comes this one. But this reaction is involved in a 2 step. Step 1, 2 molecules of potassium hypochlorite, it gives 1 KCl plus 1 KClO2. That is in the step 1. In second, KClO2, 1 molecule of KClO2 potassium hypochlorite plus potassium chloride plus 1 potassium hypochlorite, it gives potassium chloride plus potassium chlorate. Means what? If this reaction is involved in a 2 step, this step 1 is called as RDS. Have you remembered it? RDS. What is the RDS? Rate determining step. Slow step. Now in case of finding the rate of a reaction, slow step is the rate determining step. Fast step reactions, we never find the rate of that reaction because they are the very fast. Whenever you want to find the rate, reaction should be some slow. Getting my point? Fast reactions, rate cannot be determined. Very, very slow reactions cannot be determined. Only those reactions, they have the moderate speed. Means little bit of slow reactions can be determined the rate of reaction. Here, if this reaction is followed 2-step reaction. Step 1, which is the conversion of this one, 2 KClO, it gives KCl plus KClO2. First step, this is called as the RDS. What is RDS? That is a rate determining step. This is slow step. This is the slow step. Here it is the fast step. As I told you, fast step, we cannot determine the rate of reaction. So here, equation 1 or step 1 is the important step. Step 1 is the important. Involved in the rate equation. Now see, here 2 reactions are there. Step 1 reaction, step 2 reaction. Which reaction is involved in the rate equation? Now in the rate equation, now we can write the rate of the reaction because this is the RDS step, slow step. Slow step is involved in the rate equation. Now how we can write the rate for this? Rate equal to K into KClO. Now what is the power? Stoichiometric amount is the 2. Now therefore, now see, rate equal to K into KClO2. This concentration of KClO power becomes the 2. Now what is the order now? Order equal to what? Now this is the rate equation. What is this? This is the rate equation. Now we know that what is the how we define the order. Order of reaction is nothing but the sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactive molecules involved in the rate equation. Now what is the rate equation? This is the rate equation. Rate equation is equal to K KClO2 power 2. Now order becomes the 2. Now this is the order becomes the 2. Now means what? Now overall the order of the reaction what is comes? It comes the 2. But when we predict from the theoretical value of the stoichiometric, they are not possible. Sometimes they matches, sometimes they may not matches, because order of the reaction is the experimental quantity. Experimental quantity, it is measured with respect to the mechanism. Step 1 is the slow step, RDS step. In this reaction, 2 molecules of KClO. Here the stoichiometric amount is the 2. Therefore, this reaction is involved in the rate equation. Rate equal to K into KClO. We can write as the 2. Therefore, the order of reaction is the 2. You're getting my point? So, likewise, the order of a reaction, order of any chemical reaction can be found with respect to a certain concentrations of reactive molecules involved in the rate equation. I will see one more, let us see one more example. As I told you, hydrolysis of methyl acetate. Now we can predict here CS3, COO, CS3. This is the methyl acetate in presence of water, in presence of H+. What it forms? It forms acetic acid plus methanol. Now see, what is the order is expected now? Just predict the order. Theoretically, we can say that here one of them here methyl acetate is involved. Concentration of methyl acetate is, concentration of water is there. But here how the water is taken? Water in the excess quantity. Water is taken in the excess. Means water is immeasurable, because we are not changing the concentration of the water. Because if you add the water of 5 ml, 10 ml, 15 ml, 20 ml, what will be the, because there is a excess of water is taken. Therefore, if theoretically expected, if order is 2, predicted, if we let us consider, we predict order maybe comes to be 2. But actually what is the order of this reaction? Order of this reaction is equal to the 1. Order of this reaction is equal to the 1. How the order is 1 comes? You can predict now. Why I am not taking the water molecule in the rate equation? No, rate can be write as rate equal to K into concentration of methyl acetate only. Here stoichiometric amount is 1, therefore nothing is written 1. It means that that is nothing but the 1. Therefore, order equal to 1 for this reaction. Why I am not taking the concentration of water molecule? Because it is in the excess quantity. So therefore, order of this reaction is 1. So what we have to keep it to remember, the first thing, order of a reaction is the experimental quantity. The order of a reaction can be measured by the sum of the powers of the concentration of the reactive molecules involved in the rate equation. That is the first thing. It must be involved in the rate equation. In rate equation, which concentrations are involved? Only those concentrations are measurable changes. Their concentration must be in the measurable change. We can determine the change. Those concentrations are only involved in the rate equation. And second one, if excessive concentration of reactive molecules are involved in that reaction, those are not taken in the rate equation. And third one, catalyst concentration is not taken in the rate equation. So therefore, whenever you want to find the order of a reaction, we must write rate equations of concentration of those reactive molecules changes. I hope you understand. The order of reaction, one more thing, the order of reaction may be the fractional or integer number. It may be in the fractional number, it may be in the zero order, maybe of 0, maybe of fractional, maybe of 1, 2, 3, like a numbers, because this is an experimental quantity. Okay, so here I will stop here. In the next lecture, we will see molecularity as well as comparison between the order and molecularity. Thank you so much.